Ulterion had upset some giants wandering through the continent of Bamboa. He managed to convince Sawa to rebuild his flybox and a friendly Cyclops to throw it, but that's a story for another day. Ulterion found himself walking away from a flybox crash again, walking through a fierce icy tundra again, and he trudged on through icy winds.
I'll never complain about heat again.
Ulterion continued to trudge through the snow, trying not to think about the cold. It wasn't working. Ulterion managed to find a cave. He was still cold. But it was no longer snowing on his head. At least half a problem was solved. Night came over the icy tundra, and Ulterion managed to get some sleep, still shivering.
Wake up, boy.
Ulterion jumped up into consciousness. Ulterion looked down at his bracelet. The thing that he used to talk to Bonefoot, the wizard he slighted, now worked for due to a curse.
What is it?
The bracelet's ruby glowed as Bonefoot spoke.
Your time is up, boy.
Ulterion shook his head furiously in disbelief.
That can't be. I know I had 3 months left.
Yeah, but I'm bored watching you caress your damn wet soul.
A snap could be heard on the other side of the ruby.
Goodbye, dead end what?
A fiery portal opened up in the middle of the air, and Ulterion watched in horror
No.
as demons crawled through the portal with rage and hunger in their eyes. Ulterion backed against a wall of the cave and watched in horror as the demons came towards him.
No! No!
Ulterion woke up screaming.
No! No! Ah!
And found several penguin people with spears pointed at him. The leader, at least the penguin person Ulterion assumed was the leader, opened their mouth.
What?
Ulterion held up his hands in the universal gesture of, I'm harmless, please don't hurt me.
Hello?
The penguin people led Ulterion at spear point across the tundra.
I hope my prison is warm at least.
The lead penguin person prodded on Ulterion with their spear.
What?
All right. I'm going.
Ulterion was led to a village. And thrown into a tent. The lead penguin person glared down at Ulterion and said,
What?
and then left the tent. Ulterion shouted after his captor.
I don't know what you're saying.
Ulterion looked at his new accommodation.
Guess it's better than an ice cave.
Ulterion looked at the opening of his tent.
Let me see something.
Ulterion peeked his head out through the tent opening. Standing outside were 2 penguin people guards with spears already trained on him. He nodded.
That's about what I thought.
He nodded to both guards.
Carry on.
Ulterion paced his prison.
How do I escape?
Ulterion stopped his pacing as he heard something that chilled him to the bone more than the snows outside. In fact, it was worse than something. It was...
Nothing?
Ulterion peeked his head out and saw nothing. No village, no penguin people, nothing. Ulterion shook his head in disbelief.
What's going on?
Ulterion turned around to find his tent was gone.
Huh?
Ulterion found himself alone in the tundra with nothing in all directions except snow.
Hello? Anyone there? Hello?
Something heard Ulterion because the ground started to shake, and Ulterion lost his balance and fell into the snow. Ulterion looked up in horror as the snow formed into a giant sea lion creature. It roared at Ulterion as it brought its massive face towards him. The snow sea lion monster lunged for Ulterion, who thought he was done for when the creature opened its enormous mouth. But instead of biting down, instead of another roar, the monster said,
Hungry?
Ulterion looked up in confusion.
What?
Ulterion woke up screaming.
Ah!
Hungry?
Ulterion found himself face to face with a fish head.
Ah!
Ulterion backed up screaming.
Ah!
He found himself staring at a small penguin child.
Hungry?
Ulterion stared at the penguin child in shock as he tried to calm himself down. He merely shook his head.
No. No, thank you.
Realization came to Ulterion.
Wait. Did you speak common?
The penguin child was taken aback by the question. Then they realized that they understood the strange non-penguin creature, and she had spoken a language she had never heard before.
I think I do. Is that what common is?
Yes.
Ulterion nodded with a smile on his face.
This is great. You can tell your people to let me go.
The penguin child shrugged.
Guess I could.
Ulterion jumped up and shooed the penguin child away.
Just go tell them that I'm a nice person and I mean no harm to anyone.
Don't you want your fish head?
Ulterion looked towards the fish head that was now on the ground. He winced.
No, that's okay. I'm not hungry.
Ulterion gently shoved the penguin child out of the tent.
Now go. Go, 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 go.
Ulterion placed his tent in anticipation.
Come on. Come on.
The penguin child returned.
I am back.
A large smile crossed Ulterion's face as his excitement grew.
Did you talk to your people?
The penguin child nodded.
I did.
Great. Did you tell them what I said?
The penguin child nodded again.
I did.
Well,
Well, what?
are they letting me go?
Oh, no.
Ulterion's smile disappeared immediately.
What?
They said no.
Ulterion snarled at the penguin child.
I know they said...
Ulterion saw that he was scaring the penguin child, so he calmed himself down.
Why did they say no? Didn't you tell them I'm harmless?
The penguin child nods.
I told them, and they agreed. You are harmless.
Ulterion sneered.
I'm glad they agree.
Ulterion shook his head. He had to concentrate.
Wait, why are they keeping me?
For sacrifice.
Ulterion's jaw dropped.
Sacrifice?
The penguin child nodded.
Yep. To the water demon.
Water demon?
Yep. Yes. You see? We were hunting peacefully. When we came to the water to do some spearfishing, we caught many fish. Until sea demon jumped forth from the water and ate one of our warriors. The warriors of our water tribe tried to fight the water demon. And many of them were killed. So my people got together and talked about what we would do, and we came to the unfortunate conclusion that we would provide the sea demon a sacrifice. So every few days we would get together and vote on who would be sacrificed to the water demon. We would send the sacrifice by themselves, and the sea demon would satiate itself.
Penguin child looked at Ulterion with a bit of a smile on their face.
But with you here, we don't have to sacrifice one of our own.
Ulterion sneered.
Glad I could help.
The penguin child continued to smile up at Ulterion, oblivious to the sarcasm. The days went by, and Ulterion and the penguin child, who he named Chatter, he told them of his adventures.
And I found out that the sandworm that ate me was a big metal creation.
And Chatter listened intently
This crabman tried to kill me, but I was too fast.
and in awe.
Wow!
One day, Chatter waddled into Ulterion's tent. He smiled at his little friend.
Hello, Chatter. Here for another tale? How about the time I fought the Hellbeaver? Or the time I won a duel with the Conqueror?
Ulterion quieted himself as he saw the forlorn look on Chatter's face.
It's time.
Ulterion's smile quickly drained away.
Oh.
There were tears in Chatter's eyes.
I'm so sorry.
Chatter ran up to Ulterion and hugged him, much to his surprise. Chatter buried his head in Ulterion's stomach.
I'm sorry.
Ulterion looked down at the crying penguin child. He knelt down and gave the little penguin a big hug.
It's all right, little guy.
I'm a girl.
Ulterion started crying too.
Whatever.
Ulterion made his way across the icy tundra. Chatter had sneaked a knife into Ulterion's hand. Ulterion was thankful, but doubted how much it would help. Ulterion tried to resolve the situation to himself. If the sea demon ate him, he wouldn't be dragged to hell by actual demons. It was a cold comfort, just like the wind. Ulterion continued his trek across the snow. Ulterion was starting to think that he wouldn't find the sea demon, which was a relief, until he realized that he was in the icy tundra by himself.
I kinda hope I find the sea demon.
As luck or luck would have it, the sea demon burst from the ice, startling Ulterion, and causing him to stumble back and fall into the snow. Ulterion looked up in horror at the giant sea demon and realized it was a sea lion.
Are you the sea demon? You're just a sea lion.
The sea demon, well, the sea lion, roared at Ulterion, which turned Ulterion's mirth back to terror.
Oh, right. You're still a giant beast.
The sea lion charged towards Ulterion. Ulterion looked at his knife
I believe in you, Chatter.
before hurling it towards the sea lion, who opened his mouth to devour him. The knife sailed through the air and struck true, entering through the roof of its mouth and into its brain. With a final roar, the beast fell over, dead. Ulterion stared at the sea lion's body in shock.
There is no reason that should.
Ulterion celebrated his kill with his new penguin people brothers. Ulterion was brought plate after plate of delicious steak. Ulterion smiled to Chatter. This steak is delicious. Where did you get it? Chatter smiled.
You brought it.
Ulterion gave Chatter a confused look.
What?
Chatter pointed towards the sea lion carcass cooking over the fire. Ulterion's jaw dropped, and the bite he just took fell out of his mouth.
I can't believe I didn't notice that.
Ulterion slept in his guest tent, which was his prison tent, feeling satisfied until he heard a particular voice.
Sounds like you're popular, boy.
Ulterion was startled, but not that badly. He'd grown accustomed to the wizard's interruptions.
I guess so.
You know you only got a week left, dear damn what?
What?
Yeah. Weren't you keeping track, dear damn what?
I couldn't tell. The nights are really long here.
Ulterion fumbled to bring out the list.
I really only have one thing left?
Ulterion scanned his eyes across the list. Everything had been crossed out, except for one item at the very bottom.
Let's see. The last thing I need is Pengosian meat.
Ulterion was curious.
Pengosian meat? What's Pengosian meat?
ghosts are made of it, dead and what?
Ulterion stared at his bracelets in shock.
That can't be.
They were willing to sacrifice you, dead and what? They could offer up something to you.
Ulterion thought long and hard about what he would do as he listened to the wizard laugh at him. Ulterion went on a walk with Chatter. Ulterion looked around at the rest of the village. No one else was out and about.
What did you need, Ulterion?
Let's walk a little before I tell you.
Chatter stared up at Ulterion curiously. He gave her his best fake smile. She shrugged.
All right.
Chatter wandered ahead as Ulterion followed with the knife behind his back. The knife Chatter had given him. His heart and head were at war for